Okay, this Monday motivation, I'd like to take a moment to speak a bit from the heart because there's no denying it has been a really difficult time to be a human being in the past couple of weeks, both because of the bearing witness to some of the most terrible atrocities that we have in my lifetime had to witness, um, in addition to the ways in which the polarizing rhetoric, which just seems to be the new normal, has been tearing apart the internet and conversations. And it's very common for people who suffer with chronic pain to also be of an empathic nature, maybe of even a people pleaser. And so I think I'm speaking to both myself and most of the community when I say that um, we need to be very cognizant of the effects that these difficult times are having on our well being. And there are only so many aspects of what's going on that we can control. And we still want to show up as the best version of ourselves. And so, in order to do that, we need to have boundaries and we need to protect those boundaries. I know it feels like you want so desperately to be able to do something to make a difference, to share a viewpoint that you hope will bridge the divide, to maybe by bringing some more visibility to suffering, that you will in some way um, help it to end. And, the reality is that we don't have that kind of control over the world that we live in. We can only control ourselves. And that is a really difficult pill to swallow. Chronic pain or pain of any kind is a result of the brain uh, feeling that there is some lack of safety. And so, certainly, I think the world feels less safe right now. It wouldn't feel particularly safe to begin with, but feels particularly unsafe right now. And so, if you're finding a flare up in your symptoms, that's completely normal. And I would really urge you to seek ways to soothe your nervous system, to take breaks from social media. I know I've had to really put my phone away this weekend, and I will continue to do so because I find myself being drawn in ways that are not beneficial for my overall well-being. And again, there's no one in the world who's going to look out for you in the way that you will. And if we are going to be effective, if we're going to make change, if we want to stand for, improving the well-being of the lives of others as well as ourselves, we have to first pour into our own cup. And that means having boundaries and taking the time that we need to process and be at peace and find a sense of safety in our own environment. So I would encourage you to do that this Monday and every Monday, to recognize that you have a right to set boundaries with yourself and other people and with your technology, to make sure that you can continue to feel the best in your body that's possible. We only get one body, and we want to make sure that it continues to carry us and show up for us. And our the deluge of technological ways in which people can reach us, people we know or strangers, is just more than the brain is it has evolved to process. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not alone. There's many of us who are feeling that way. So I feel free to reach out. Uh, I'm always happy to chat about just the challenge of protecting those boundaries to help encourage you, to hold you accountable to creating peace for yourself because you are worthy of feeling a sense of peace. And, the fact that the world is a difficult and dangerous place for so many um, does not, inherently fall into your two hands to fix. And I have to remind myself that as well. So, a somber one today, but I think it's important to be where we are. And I look forward to seeing you in the studio this week.